If the purpose of good art is to spark a debate and get people talking, then this bold installation perched on the Plymouth coastline has certainly done its job. For the past 3 months, the phrase "no new worlds" has been blinking out across the Sound. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but the team behind the project say that's sort of the whole point.
We've had some healthy criticism. I was here one day and asked a lady what she thought of the sculpture, and she said not much, and I said, oh, I'm one of the artists. It's been provoking so many conversations from the minute we started putting the first scaffolding in place. People were asking what it was going to be, what it was all about.
The work was designed to reflect on the issues raised by the journey of the Mayflower from Plymouth to America 400 years ago. Today, millions of Americans are celebrating Thanksgiving, but it's also the National Day of Mourning for indigenous people.
In some ways, we've really been leading up to this moment to really acknowledge this moment, so it feels meaningful and poignant. There's so much that we can learn from these pivotal journeys, and it's really our responsibility right now in the face of climate crisis and pandemic that we look to what has happened in the history to change our behaviour as humans and the way we treat each other.
Every Indian brother, every sympathizer will go back to their homes with a different thought about what Thanksgiving Day means to the Native American. It is a day of mourning.
Back in 1970, on the 350th anniversary, the Wampanoag people felt marginalised and ignored. A speech by Wampanoag leader Frank James was censored, which led to the first National Day of Mourning.
It's a complex anniversary for Native Americans. It's a complex history. We look at it with mixed emotions. We look at it with sadness because it marks really the beginning of a downfall for our people and being forced into religion and a way of living that didn't align with our traditions and culture.
The man in charge of Plymouth's celebrations of the 400th anniversary, which will roll into 2021 due to the pandemic, says this time the native people's story will be heard.
Mayflower 400 is determined to approach this history and this commemoration very differently. We've been working with Wampanoag, Native American leaders, other Native Americans, artists, historians and producers to create a program that really honestly addresses the colonial history and the impacts of that colonial history.
The lights may have gone out, but the message remains as bright as ever. Sam Blackledge, ITV News in Plymouth.